to talk today about the manifesting basics, because I know in Manifesting Mothers, Intuitive Life Success and Manifesting Coach, that page, I have not been in a while to talk about the manifesting basics. And we all need to be reminded of this sometimes. And so I'm streaming it also to Manifesting Mothers in Business to talk about manifesting and give the basics on that. So first of all, I mean, we all know what that one is, right? It's clarity. So you must have clarity. And I know you have seen and heard me talk about this time and time again, but you must have clarity. And I also want to just mention that I think of manifesting as a magnet. So it's a magnet. Whatever feelings, whatever energies you are radiating out, that is what you're getting back. And when I talk about manifesting, I'm always talking about manifesting for good. However, I will bring up when you're not manifesting for good, because we manifest every single day of our life. We are creating what is coming into our lives every single day. And it is by what we are radiating out. And is that always good? No, it's not. It is not always good. So I just wanted to bring that to the forefront. You can manifest for things that you do not want. You can. But we are going to move to that higher energy level and manifest for what we do desire. Okay, so there's that. Now, clarity. Now, this comes into business as well. And I have been thrown off by this in the past, so I just wanted to bring it up. Social media is so busy. I mean, there's always somebody doing this and somebody doing that. And we feel sometimes like, you know, we're all kind of doing the same thing, even though I truly believe that everybody is unique. And even if you're selling the same product, if you're offering the same service, it is you and your brand, like you, that those people are coming after and attracted to. It is not necessarily it's not necessarily just the product or just the service that you offer. It's how you offer that product, how your customer service is, et cetera, et cetera. So when we get sort of sidetracked by seeing all these other people and thinking that, oh, we need to try this, oh, we need to try that, how does this affect manifesting? Well, you are totally being thrown off track. Totally. Your clarity is not there. And so you give wishy-washy out, what are you going to get back? You're going to get wishy-washy back. So that is how it can pertain to your business every single day. You must stay focused. And here I am talking about being focused. And I have told you all before that my mind will go in a million different ways. I always have to hone in. Now, I am better when I multitask some and I do a few different things, but I can get overloaded. I have to check with myself throughout every day to be clear. Have clarity. Write it down on the lists of what you're supposed to do that day and stick with that. Don't let the shiny object syndrome, they call it sometimes too, get you going. It will throw you off track. Not even just in your business, but in your personal life too. You go, oh, whoop, I got to try that. Oh, I have to try that. Stay focused. So clarity is number one. If you put wishy-washy out, you are going to get wishy-washy back. I'm going to read the comments as I see them. So Sammy says, I had a bad day personally, so felt negative energy. I need to shake myself off and get positive again and let the issue go. Yes, exactly. And that is huge. So when we find ourselves getting off track, right, which means our clarity is not clear anymore, we have to check ourselves. Like I say about checking yourself when you get out of bed, we have to do those checks in the middle of the day and say, okay, listen, I feel myself getting into this funk. What am I going to do about it? And those of you that have taken my journaling course or the self-perception makeovers, you know that I always preach this and believe you must have a go-to vision. You need to have something that you could always go to that gets you out of that funk. So something that 100% of the time makes you smile. Because even if you're on a lower frequency vibration and you can just get it brought up to the top of that lower frequency vibration, you're still raising it. And then you'll see it's easier to get to that middle and mediocre, right? Mediocre, you're not really going to go anywhere, but that's okay because you're not going down. And then you can get to the higher frequency vibration. Now, and that is when everything's starting to open up. And that's when you see things just flowing. Now, when you're on that lower frequency vibration though, just remember that you're there to learn a lesson. There's something, even if the lesson is just that, listen, reach into your bag of tricks. You know how to get out of this funk. Let's practice it. Let's do it. So clear. You must have clarity, and we get thrown off throughout the day. This is life. This is the real world, right? Whether, you've got kids, whether you go to a job or you're working an online business, and you have to go to the grocery store, maybe you just have to do things that you just don't want to do. And we start getting off of our path. So we need to just have that go-to. And some days you have to go to that go-to a lot, right? But there are always those absolutely amazing things when things are just flowing. And those are what's coming from these days that we are getting ourselves there, because it's building us up. It's building us up. Okay, so that is number one. You all know clarity, 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 clarity. Now, step number two, what do you think about yourself? You hear me talk about this a lot too, right? Self-perception. What do you think of you? This is the base of manifesting, okay? Because if you do not have a good self-perception of yourself, if you are constantly putting yourself down, if the first thing you think about in the morning is, oh my gosh, look at my hair. Oh, these pants don't fit again. I mean, we've all been there, okay? We all have. I have to check it too in the mornings, because some mornings you wake up and you just don't feel as good as you did other days. But the way that you feel about yourself is your base for manifesting, because you're automatically going down to a lower frequency vibration if you are not thinking positively about ourselves. So think about that. Really look in the mirror. Think of something that you love about you. So, and we'll talk about the self-perception challenge that I have coming up. This is perfect for this step number two, because this is the base. And that's why after clarity, because you have to be clear, put wishy-washy out, you get wishy-washy back. Then what do you think of yourself? What do you feel? So that's huge. Then there's number three. This kind of goes along with clarity, but not all the time, because what do you really desire, right? I mean, these are the manifesting basics. And sometimes we forget what we really desire. We're not really sure because we're not clear. Or this is why this is number three, is that after clarity, right? Clarity, we kind of want to know where we're going in the future, this and that. And what do you really desire? Specifics. These are specifics. And sometimes as mothers and women that take care of people, we find that we are desiring something that somebody else really wants. Either they really want it for themselves or they want it for us. We don't want it for us. They want it for us. So you must truly know what you desire, not somebody else. We can't manifest for other people. We can send out amazing energies, right? But we can't manifest for other people. Just be clear on that. That's why it has to be what you really desire. Now, something that we talk about quite often in here is limiting beliefs and blocks. And this is something that I work with a lot of women on, because we all have it. Men, women, and children end up with it too, right? I'm not sure if you saw my live that I did the other day, might have been yesterday, on ego and intuitive, your ego self and your intuitive self. The reason why this has something to do with it is because our ego self is something that's given to us as time goes on. And also within our ego self, we are given limiting beliefs. Beliefs that we are telling ourselves, these stories that are going over and over in our head that aren't reality. They're just stories. And so this is something that we have to get over once we know what we desire. We have to get over those limiting beliefs and blocks. And there are processes to that. Those of you that have been in this group for a while know some of the processes as that goes on. It's absolutely huge. And this is something that must be worked on, which brings us to number 5, journaling. I feel that journaling and meditation are huge. However, I kind of put journaling a little bit ahead of meditation. And that's only because, now some people will totally disagree with this, but for somebody, and most moms, our minds are going 50 miles an hour, right? We're always this, and this. And by journaling, you're using different parts of your brain. So I've said this before, your brain is very complex, but it's super simple. It does exactly what you tell it to do. So what we need to do is use the different parts of our brains, because the brain will change and your subconscious mind will be overrode if you are using it. If it's consistency and you're doing it over and over again. So repetition, repetition, repetition. So by visualizing and by writing this down and by truly feeling, you are using 3 different parts of your brain than just, I guess you could say 2 for meditation, right? Because you have visualizing and you're feeling it if you're meditating to manifest and create the life that you desire. So limiting beliefs and blocks can be worked on definitely during journaling. Now I want to bring something up here too about limiting beliefs and blocks. And you can, getting rid of too many limiting beliefs or blocks at one time is not a great idea. And that is because if you're just starting this process, it's just like manifesting, right? If you're truly trying to create something that you truly desire and you are going to manifest for good, don't tackle too many things at one time because you will be overwhelmed. So when you're going through limiting beliefs and blocks, if you try to cover too many of them and solve them all at one time and get rid of them, really is the word for it, you can become overwhelmed. Very, very overwhelmed. And I'm sorry, I'm going to check and see if I see these. So you can become very overwhelmed. And then you end up on a lower energy frequency vibration because when you're working on your limiting beliefs and blocks, you will be a little bit of a roller coaster ride. And if you can focus on 1 or 2, and then pretty much know pretty confidently that you feel pretty confident that that one's pretty much dissolved. I mean, will you ever get rid of every single one of them? Maybe not. We all have those little things, but we learn the tips and tricks to not let them interfere with us anymore. So focus on just 1 or 2, unless you're used to doing it. Like now I can focus on quite a few. And yeah, have I gotten rid of them? I've gotten rid of a whole ton. But like I said, we are in the real world. We are affected by people's energies every single day. Now you can help that process as well by protecting yourself, putting that veil over you, and truly knowing that anything that negativity and negative energy that comes your way, you're going to let it bounce off and go. And that's all a learning process. And all of you ladies that have been in this group for a while, I know you all are either you're past that point or you're getting to that point, because I know that quite a few of you have been sticking with this and you're really beginning to up-level your energies. And therefore, your businesses will be flourishing. Your personal life will be flourishing. And it's just something that doesn't come, it's not second nature to us as adults because we have our ego self in the way. And we need our ego self for contrast, but our ego self is blocking us from, realizing what is what, right? What do we want? What do we desire? I don't like to use the word want, but what do we desire? Okay, so then it brings us to meditation. So once you're journaling out, journaling, not just out your limiting beliefs and blocks, but what you truly desire, then there's meditation, and you can also dissolve those away then. But what I really want everyone to concentrate on, again, as a refresher, is being clear on what you desire. Be clear on it. Let's pick 3 or 4 things, because I like to sort of say small. If you're just starting, I would say 2. Pick 2 things that you truly desire in your life, that you desire, not somebody else, you. Maybe it's the same thing as somebody else, and that's fine. But something that you truly desire that you're going to begin to work on. That's absolutely huge. Because if you're going to join in on the 3-day self-perception challenge, you'll have a head start, okay? Because you need to be clear. You need to be clear on this, because then you'll start seeing things happen right before your eyes. If you are commenting and I do not see it, I will get with you. But I'm going to see if I see any comments. Does anybody have any questions on that so far? Okay, so Maxine, yes, I love doing my grateful journal and meditation every morning. It sets the tone for the rest of the day. It absolutely does. And that's something else. I'm glad you brought that up, because a little tip and trick that you can do when manifesting something that you want, something you desire, is to be grateful. So I love that Maxine has a grateful journal. Do that. Be grateful for everything, ladies. I mean, like the trees, the pencil you're writing with, of course, your kids, your home, your health, everything, the color of the curtains, the blinds, I mean, everything, right? I mean, the starfish, the water, look around, whatever you see, be grateful for it. And that will raise your energy vibrations absolutely every time. So you have your go-to vision that raises it, and then you have gratefulness, and you also have the big one. How do you perceive yourself? What do you truly feel and think about you? That's absolutely huge. So in saying that, I will remind everybody that I do have the 3-day self-perception challenge coming up next Monday. So not this Monday, next Monday. If you haven't already registered for that, I will put the link in the comments. And the reason why I'm doing it this way this time is because some of these are going to be pre-taped. And so you will be getting them via email. And then we are going to have a live at the end to clear things up, ask any questions, and add a little bit more to it. So you must do the registering in order to be in for that. So this is going to be Manifesting Mothers is going to be the hub for that challenge, but you'll get some of the stuff via email. So I'll put the link there. And any of you ladies that are in business that have not joined Manifesting Mothers in Business, I encourage you to go over there and join that page. We have some absolutely amazing coaches that come in there and give us some tips and tricks on our business. So us as busy ladies know what we should be focusing on and what we shouldn't waste our time with. And I realize it's different for everybody. That's why we take some from what everybody has to say and do what works for us. And I absolutely love that. I started that group because I myself, from bringing my 25 plus year business online, whole new world, right? Whole new world. Talking about being overwhelmed and me having to be clear again, because there was quite a few times where I was not clear. I was all over the place, watching that, watching this, and saying, oh, I should do that. Oh, no. So anyway, but I hired myself a business coach, and lifesaver for me, right? Total lifesaver. So at least business saver. So anyway, I will let you ladies go. Any of you that have any questions, please drop it in the comments. If you're watching this on the replay, please drop any questions in the comments. And I will be posting this as well. We are going to have a Crystals 101 next week. I believe it's going to be on Thursday, but I've got to check with the time. And we're going to go over some basics about certain crystals. And that's going to be really fun. So I encourage you all to be here for that. And you can always watch it on the replay anyway. So I hope you all have an amazing rest of your Friday and an absolutely amazing weekend. And I hope it's beautiful weather for everybody. Get outside, get a few things done. Oh, real quick, when it comes to clarity, you know I say this all the time. Look around where you are and let's get rid of the clutter. Clutter, you have to make space. You don't even just have to make space in your head. You have to make space, physical space for the things that you desire in your life. Okay? So I can go on and on about this all day because manifesting is my thing. And these are the basics. And I keep wanting to go on and on and on, but we'll be here like truly all night. I also still have clarity calls. So if anybody has any questions, or you maybe need some help digging out your limiting beliefs and blocks and solving them, and getting those really truly gone, and how to really manifest the life that you desire, it's a step-by-step process, not just these. Of course, we totally dig into just you one-on-one. And it's about a 5-month process. But your life's totally different after that. So it's absolutely amazing. I hope you all have an amazing rest of the day. And I look forward to seeing you all very soon. I just make sure I got my computer here so I know where we are. But okay, ladies, have a great rest of the day. Bye.